Okay, so we're back with another Geek Night, okay? So this time we're taking a look at Spy Family, okay? If you've been online, this season, you probably guessed that this is probably the hardest anime for this season, okay? But I beg to differ, okay? But it's not saying that it's bad, it's really top tier, okay? Now, basically the premise of Spy Family is that Agent Twilight, the guy, okay, is the best spy, and he is given the task to bring peace to two countries that are on the verge of war. Okay, so in order for him to achieve that, okay, he well the for the long story is that he needs to infiltrate this school for elites. Okay, and the only way he can do that is that for him uh to go through as a parent. Okay, so in other words, now he has to get a family. Okay, so since he's alone, so he has to find some way, okay, to get a wife and a kid. So getting the kid, it's not that hard. Okay, so he just went to an orphanage. Okay, and by sheer luck, okay, he picked out a child who is secretly a psychic, so like can read people's mind. Okay, and then by another stroke of sheer luck is that he found a woman there to pretend to be his wife, and she's an assassin. Talk about a small world. Okay, and let's just introduce the characters. Okay, so the first one is Lloyd Porter, which is the guy. Okay, his code name is Agent Twilight. Okay, his sole purpose of becoming a spy and why he is so bent on it is because he wants a peaceful world. Okay, because it seems that in the past he might suffered some traumatic experience and he doesn't have a good childhood. So the thing is that he really wished for that, but he never get praised for it because his job is as a spy, which means that he will always be in the shadows. So there won't be anybody thanking him, for what he did so far, even though that he is considered the best spy in the agency or in general. Okay, because they haven't made that clear. And then next we have the mother. Well, the her name is Yor Forger. Okay, and she's an assassin. Okay, her code name is Thorn Princess. Okay, and to put it simple, the reason why she's into all this is because she's worried about her age. Okay, and I want to say she's that old. Okay, but in Japanese society, she is considered as maybe leftover woman. Okay, because in Japan, if you're over 25, they consider you as that, which is kind of absurd if you ask me. Okay, and she found Lloyd, okay, when she was at the peak of her. How should I explain this? When she's at the peak of her dilemma of getting a partner. So she found Lloyd, okay, coincidentally, okay, and funny thing is Lloyd found her to be quite an attractive woman, okay, and I'm not saying that she's not. I'm saying that since her demeanor is quite shy, quite reserved, so people may not look at that fondly, okay, but Lloyd sees the subtle things in her, okay, because he was a spy, he can notice this more than the average person, okay. And lastly, we have Anya Fortune, which is the child, okay, and the backstory for her is that she was raised in an institute that researched psychic ability. Okay, so from her childhood, okay, she was deprived of family love. Okay, she was forced to keep on doing experiments over experiment. Okay, and now I don't know how it didn't mention yet in the anime is that she's somehow on the run. Don't know how she escaped in the first place, but she's on the run. Okay, and well, the plot of the story is only Anya in the story, only she knows the identity of of the father, Lloyd Forger, who is also the spy, and the mother, who is also the assassin. Okay, so they don't know how they don't know each other's true identity, but Anya knows because she can read their minds, and those two get along, okay? Because since they are spy and assassins, they've got into trouble like fights and all this stuff. So for a normal person, they will think like the trouble they went through is a bit extreme. But since they deal with this almost every day, it's like, hey, this is another Tuesday. Okay? And Lloyd is, on the other hand, he's stressed out because he knew he was placed on this mission, okay, to keep the two countries at bay, okay, and he's stressed out because he know how much how much of peace of these two countries rely on for this mission success, okay, and to some extent Anya, because this Anya is still a kid, okay, even though she's in the institute, okay, but she's still 6 years old if I'm not mistaken, okay, so she's still very young, so she still doesn't grasp the true weight of the situation, okay, and throughout the whole story we found out there's moral conflict since the other two, they're not that much invested in going through the mission, but since he's the only one that realizes it, okay, he knew what would happen. He knew the consequences if he failed his missions, okay, but then there's throughout the point in the story, okay, he realized that he had to make very tough decisions, okay, either he would suck it up, okay, and let things be, or he put the mission in jeopardy in order for the sake of the family that he built from. Basically, he built this fake family, okay, and like I say, the reason why he became a spy is because he wanted peace, okay, and he have a choice to keep the family that he currently have, which is basically like hanging by the duct tips, or to protect fragile thing as world peace, okay, and always needs to be maintained, to be serviced, to be okay, and he knows that, okay, and sooner or later he will have to make that choice, okay, but before that, okay, both of them, okay, both Lloyd and Yor, they are attracted to each other, okay, because, well, all of this started out of necessity and coincidence, okay, but okay, since Lloyd, who at first thought that Yor and Anya is disposable, okay, like if he fail the mission, okay, throw them out somewhere and he'll go somewhere else, okay, and as time goes on, he's slowly but surely building up sympathy towards them, okay, and with that kind of sympathy, that kind of he pay attention to them, is the quality that Yor have fallen in love with, okay. Even though Yor, as an assassin, she's a very famous and a very deadly one, but she's a very naive person on the inside because she's always worried about what others think, okay. But where the good thing about her is that when she would not hesitate to protect the people around her. So that's what makes Yor an amazing character, okay. But I do wish that she's more bold from now on rather than being a bit naive, okay. And now for the anime, okay, well, I can guarantee that the manga already happened, okay. For the anime, the stakes are quite high right now, okay. Even we are halfway through the season, okay, and every single event, okay, in the anime so far is that things always turn out great for the family, Okay, like even though when they thought they failed, somehow they either they aced it, or they, in some pure coincidence or some interpretation, that they come up on top. Okay, and every single time they win, like they celebrate in a sense, and the anime is really building up to a huge fall where the for example, like the secrets is unveiled and all of those stuff. Okay, secrets unveiled, and families in danger, and throughout dangers ahead. Maybe all of them are see me around the corner. The problem is you just don't know when, and you just don't know what is gonna hit them. So it kind of keep me you know on my edge, yeah, every single time. Like, okay, what's gonna happen? And that that feeling itself, it's what makes me looking forward to every weekend. Okay, because it's released on every Saturday night. Okay, here. Now, my thoughts on Spy Family as a whole is that it's a very, you can ignore the spy part, you can ignore the assassin part, the extraordinary thing. Okay, you can, if you just look at it from Anya's lens, okay, from a child who is being adopted, it's a very healthy, you know, fun anime that will pull your heartstrings every now and then. So even just by that point alone, okay, it is more than worthy enough to return to an anime, because lately we keep on getting isekais again and again and again, but having this kind of like anime, every so often, like families, okay, and even though this is like a dark tape family where they came from different, they're just mashed up together, but it's fun to see how even though they're not supposed to be that attached to each other, but you know it doesn't mean that you need to be related to blood to consider them as family. Yeah, so that's it for Spy Family. I highly recommend you to check it out. Okay, now if you like, okay, you can support Geek Night, you can subscribe to the channel, you can like and share the videos, you can comment on the videos if you think that there's something that I can improve on. Okay, if you're free, you can join me live. Okay, I have other streams as well. Notably on the weekend I have novel night, okay, and on Sunday I have meme review. Well, that's mostly in Japanese. Okay, and novel night right now I'm going through Steins Gate. Okay, and it's, well, the visual novel. Okay, and if you're interested in time traveling, okay, like Steins Gate, you can come and join me live. Or if you want to go through a little bit like drama-ish, you can watch Chushingura, the most recent visual novel that I finished. Okay, the chapter 1, where it's about basically time traveling to the past in the samurai age. Okay, the present day guy, you know, teleport is time travel back in time to the samurai age. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.